Hello. In the case of Rachel Morin, there is now a profiler. It's this woman, Pat Brown. She is experienced and famous, and she commented the case, and I have to criticize. It's not against her. I want to do it. I'm German, you know. I also can be criticized for my speaking, but here I'm criticizing the thinking, you know. And okay, so she in this CBS article, it's reported what she is thinking. Harford County family uses criminal profiler to generate leads in Rachel Morin homicide investigation. Now this woman says first, the family of Rachel Morin, they say there's definitely somebody in this area that knows who he is, but they may be in denial that the person they know is this person. Matthew McMahon, the father of Morin's oldest child, said. McMahon contacted that criminal profiler, Pat Brown, to help solve the homicide that is haunting Harford County. I make it a little bit bigger, this writing. Okay. So far, the biggest break in this case has been the video released by Harford County detective last month. They were able to link the death of Rachel Morin to a crime scene in California. That video footage depicts a man in the doorway of a Los Angeles home. There were an assault. That's where an assault and home invasion occurred just before 3:30 a.m. on March 26. Okay, in the middle of the night. Okay, DNA. Where is? Okay, now DNA evidence taken from Morin's homicide was placed in a nationwide database and matched with a Los Angeles crime. Unfortunately, the video does not show that person's face. We do not have a clear video or photo of the suspect's face, McMahon said. So Brown compiled 5 potential traits of the suspect killer. She believes he has psychopathic traits. So first I want to criticize this. This helps nothing, you know. This guarantees for the profiler that in the end she can say, her analysis was right. Of course, this kind of murder is not totally normal in his head. Of course, that this is, you know, the facts show that this, but you know, these psychopathic guys, they often have the ability to manipulate simple persons, you know, normal people. They say, "Whoa, this person, I never would have expected that he is psychopathic." So, you know, this is helping nothing. It makes even it more difficult, you know. You must say the public, this person maybe seems to be totally normal. This is also not a very deep, you know, Erkenntnis finding, but that when the normal people they think we have to look for psychopathic person. This does not help anything, you know. So this helps only the profiler to later say, oh, he is psychopathic, of course, but this helps nothing to talk about this now. Okay, this is the first point. And then Brown says he must know someone in Bel Air if he traveled there from California. No. You know, this is the very, this is the simple, this is the totally simple, this is, you know, the first thought. This is nothing where you need someone who is behaving like being the elite, you know, saying, he must know someone. This is what you think first in the first moment. Yeah, he came from there to there. How maybe he knows someone. But you know, this crime is now everyone is speaking about this crime. The people know. Okay, that this first crime happened at the end of March. And then this in California, in Los Angeles, and then this guy traveled from the West Coast to the East Coast, and so they know the time frame where they have to remember. Do I know something? And then they have this video of this guy, and if this all is published, you know, it is not likely anymore that this guy was really knowing someone. For example, you know, let me show the things. This was Baltimore. So let's look to this. Okay, and then Bel Air. This is here. Here is Bel Air. So, you know, this, when you hear this, what this profiler says, you're thinking, you know, this came in the end of March, and when was the crime? Okay, it was only 4 months, around 4 months, 4 months and 10 days between the two deeds. In California, it was 26th of March, and in Bel Air, it was the 5th of August. So, you know, and now the people, they know so exactly the time frame where they have to look. It is not likely that they are still so, you know, people are often stupid, but you know, it's also important that you can a little bit calculate how stupid are people. And you know, that maybe here is one of these houses this killer was living with a new partner or so, you know, and then during his routine, he was also jogging on the Morin Park trail, and there maybe it happened, you know. This is the wrong thought. This is not likely. This can be, but it is not likely anymore. If you are a profiler, not only talk about this guy must be a psychopathic, or this guy must have known something. This is, you know, if you know nothing about this case in special, then you can talk like this. So, oh yeah, so in general. But when you see this case, you must think to total other stuff. So let me check out what did she say more. Okay, Brown says he must know someone in Bel Air if he traveled there from California. It's possible that he lives or works near the Ma and Pa Trail, Heritage Trail. No, no, no. Because this is all the people thinking to this, and this would, it is not likely that the people in Bel Air are so dumb that in this situation they still not reported the right person. You know, this is like slapping in the face of the people. They can be dumb. They are often dumb, but so very dumb. This is not likely. It is possible, but not likely. Okay, we don't think a person we know, one of our relatives, one of our friends, the next door neighbor, the guy who is working with us, for us, we don't recognize them as a serial killer. So that's why after they are caught, we are like, wow, yes, this is right. So why do you talk about a guy who is psychopathic? Of course he is psychopathic, but it helps nothing to talk about it now. Okay, so now this is finished. So sorry. I will not ruin this Pat Brown. She I think she has earned enough money, and she will not commit suicide when I criticize her. Okay, and she wants to help, and maybe she can learn now something. She gets something from me, and we can be friends maybe. But I have to criticize, yes. And now, okay, now people think, what do you think? Okay, I tell you what I think. You know, when we won't have a photo of this guy, then this would all be not so bad. This would be what in the first moment all profilers on planet Earth have learned. You know, she talks this is like when you. Yeah, when you talk again what you have read in school, you know, this is standard. This is standard. But when we have this photo of this guy and this video, then this does not fit. That he lived in the area there, you know, this does not fit. And you know, when there would be 20 and 40 years between, then it would be different. But within a few months, you know, this is still that he could come and no one will think to him, even if they see this picture. This is not likely. This is not likely. So, okay, what do I think? Yeah. Okay, what do I think? Let's look where Baltimore is. Baltimore, Bel Air. Baltimore is a city with an harbor. On the East Coast. And what is Los Angeles? Los Angeles is the city with the biggest harbor of the United States on the West Coast. And so, you know, to me, I think, what do these places have in common? And then I thought, to a sailor, you know, a sailor. This is the most likely, you know, there is nothing else that is more likely than a sailor. Okay, it is not a proof. It can be other stuff, other profession, but there is nothing more likely than a sailor. Because what does a sailor do? He is on the sea, on the ship, but he is also for a while often at land, and then he is, you know, there is this, as in my video, this is my video, I was talking.
Hello.
Moment. I have to. I have to make this picture.
Hello.
Hello. I want to make hello. Moment. I want to make this picture big of this. Okay. You know. Seaman Hostel, Bel Air, Baltimore. This is the right thinking. This guy, where are this guy when they come to land? They're living in a kind of hostel, and this is only an example, you know, this extended stay America, Baltimore. But this is the things, you know, when what a human being, an intelligent human being can think in this case is the high end of analysis is a look for a sailor who was living there for a few weeks or a few months when he left the one ship and before he joined another ship, you know. This can be that this guy that it's the same firm. Maybe he changed his firm where he's employed. Maybe it's the same. But this is there's not a guarantee. But when you have, you know, all information and you put them in your computer and then you look what is the most likely what is coming out, we must talk about a sailor. We must talk about the sailor because this would fit to all. It is not plausible, or is it the right word? In German, it's plausible. Yeah, it is not plausible that he is living in this area. We have there is a photo of this guy, and you have the time frame where and that people still don't. Are able, you know, to report something. It is not, and then, you know, that this guy is still here, working here, or still here living. This is not likely. The whole town must be idiots in Bel Air. People are often idiots on this world, but I don't want to blame these people of Bel Air being such idiots, you know, this is absolutely not likely that this guy is still there. And if he left, you know, when you have the one thing, he came and then he totally. You hide it and living a normal life and so and people know about him, but they don't report him because they think, oh no, this guy is not. This is one thing, but in the last crime, he left. The town where right after the deed, so in California. So when he would be leaving, this would be also, you know, making him that people think, here was a guy, and then he left and he was Hispanic, and so the people are so aware and so alerted there. It is not likely that this guy is working and living in this area. So this analysis, in my eyes, is totally wrong. And this, what I have this as an analysis, you know, this is, in my eyes, absolutely, you know, it's jumping in your face. It's jumping in your face that there is a connection about Harbour and seafarer, seaman, oder nicht seaman, sailor. This is jumping in your face. Look first for this, and you know, as long as they are talking so much bullshit in public, why not talking to this that is the top of all what you can think? You know what? So when you think to it, when you talk to it, when you publish it, when you investigate it, and you don't get to a result, okay, but in the moment it is the absolute top of the all you can think. There's nothing else that is so would fit so very, very perfect. So it makes me when I think to this situation in the moment. You know, there is one thing that is above all likely, and only I'm the only person that speaks about it. And then there come this elite of the dingsbums, of the profiler, and she's talking about, you know, about standard what you read when you go to profiler school. You analyzing the data of thousands of cases and so. But we need here someone who can use this general knowledge to this special case, you know. And in this special case, sailor, the theme sailor is jumping in your face. Check. This explains all. This explains all. You know. And for example, let's look Baltimore hostel. Hostel. Baltimore hostel. Seafarer. Hostel. So there you see that you have now this something here, something there, and it can you know, it can be. Of course, you have to look. It is not too far, because when this guy would live here for maybe 4 or 5 weeks before he has another ship to somewhere else, he can make contacts to Bel Air also. Yes, but maybe we can also look to Baltimore hostel. And there is also okay, no, not Baltimore hostel. So why is this? This is okay now. You see, okay. This is the things. This guy is not known. This guy is not known. You must think the total the other way around. You know how? Not who knows this guy. So, but why? Nothing. Why no one knows him? Or meanwhile, you can think this way, you know. And so, yes, this is. Also, when I look for a hostel, Is there? I don't understand. Okay, so it seems that in this area there is no hostel, or what? Okay, so okay, they show the hostel along this highway. Good, okay. So you know, when this guy, for example, would be, you know, here. So, you know, he would be when in the evening he want to enjoy nightlife or so, okay, or he want to buy something or wash his car or so. He would orientate him to the city normally. So this is probably likely, but there would be not an easy connection, you know, to Bel Air on the other side. So it is of course more likely that if someone is living in a hostel here in this area, that he would orientate himself to the city of Bel Air, you know, buying something, washing his car. My things was my on my website here. My thought was this guy was near the car wash. I thought maybe she was running here. And he saw her, oh wow, and followed her. But okay, then I learned this guy was she parked her car over there near the trail. So of course she could first run this direction, run back, but it is not so. It is. It's not the only possibility that he saw her here, but jogging. But even, you know, simply seeing here in the car driving by with sport clothes, and so he could calculate that this girl is running over there. So my thought was that this guy was seeing her. Where's the mine path rail? Bel Air. Here's this car wash, splish splash, and that this is the connection, you know, where where he was seeing her in his and then was planning the things. I don't think that he was jogging on this trail. Of course, maybe he could have ambushed any girl. What is coming here, or he saw her. But the time, this is closing at 6 o'clock, and she came a little bit later. But you know, maybe there's not a gate here. Probably they are closing here. This here washing, but maybe this vacuum cleaner are still open. So he anyway could be here, for example, like this, cleaning his car, and that maybe this was the things where he saw her. But you know, this is a possibility. This was my first tip. Maybe he used his credit card for this, and they check it, and so. I made this as a tip. but he probably there's also the possibility to use coins. I don't know. Okay, this is one thing, but it is a possibility, yes, but it is not sure that it was like this. But anyway, let's go look back to these things. So whatever this guy it would be the reason exactly why he is there in Bel Air, but Bel Air is the nearest town, so you know where he could go. Of course, he can buy a sandwich somewhere else, but anyway, when he wants to buy something else or so, he can drive to Baltimore, or the next town one would be orientated to would be Bel Air. So to me, it is the most likely. Check these hostels. Check these hostels. This would be plausible. This would fit, you know, a guest in a hostel. This when you not really ask the people directly to this. This can explain that he was still not recognized, or that he is still not found out who he was, but thinking that he is living here within 4 months, that he is so much integrated in this new neighborhood that he is still living there, and his photo was published from behind, where you see his statue, how he's looking. Only his face you don't see. But this is not plausible. This is not plausible. Must all people living there being idiots or what? This I don't think. There are many idiots on this world, but this is not likely in this catastrophic amount of stupidness, that they are so blind. So of course it was good to think also to the possibility that he would live here, that he knows someone, and he came to this person. But then, you know, he could know anywhere in the US someone. You know, this is a big country, but he came from the West Coast directly to the East Coast. So why not thinking a little bit West Coast, East Coast? See, connection, sailor. Why not? Why I'm the only one on planet Earth? I'm getting crazy by this. You know, I'm talking about this. What is the most highly plausible, likely, and I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt by people. So let's talk about the sailor. Let's talk about the hostel. Let's think about this. Make this in public, you know. And then, of course, after a while, when the police does its job and they check all, and then they don't find him, okay, then I say, okay, it was the best chance, and but life is life, and I would deserve I have success in this case. But life is life, and when it's checked out, so moves to something else. And but that the most likely stuff is not talked about. Yes, okay. And then, you know, talk about people, talk with firms. Where do their employees live? It must not be a hostel here. You know, this is a big harbor. Talk with insiders. Where do the people live? Of course, there can be here some hostel where when I would be more informed, I would say, yes, this, but I'm not insider, you know. So take my information about the insider, but don't look only to these few hostels here. Take it and understand it and involve insiders. Let them add their knowledge. I have the idea, I speak it out. Look to a sailor and how do sailors live when they are at land, waiting for another ship, having a few days holiday or so. How do they live? Where do they rent maybe a car? You know, and now here, you know, you need the insiders. I'm not someone who is a medium or things who is here seeing in this glass ball here, and so no. Now it is necessary to involve insiders about this. What do they know? How is this going when people are at land? Where do they live? What are their routines? What do others? What gym do they go? Of course, maybe they go in such. They have not a special gym, but maybe they have. Maybe there is something, you know. It's necessary to talk to an insider who knows how sailors live when they are at land, waiting for the next ship, having some days holidays. Maybe, you know, a person must not go with the others. He can, if all are in this hostel or in this gym, he can be in another one. But it would help to find out what is likely, where we look first, but think to a sailor. Think to a sailor. And when it's checked out and you don't find it, don't tell me that I'm an idiot and I'm a loser. In the moment, we all must think to a sailor. This is the most likely thing, but not often the most likely thing is the solution. But that there is talking that we talk about all, but not about the most likely thing. This would be crazy. So let's talk and add knowledge to this most likely idea with a sailor. Okay, so this is my things, and now you know, this is not against Pat Brown. You can take any things. You know, for this is how when I would be right. You know, then don't blame Pat Brown. You can take any other profiler, or she is not. You know. She is not worse than other profilers. This is when I would be right. It's no reason to be angry on her. Also, no. I have often extremely good ideas. and this is not against Pat Brown. There are many other cases where yeah, all experts are wrong, you know, and I'm right. There are many cases where I have proof. I only have not in Germany. I have problems with the media. I have big sensations where I have proof, and I don't get attention by the media. And this is a problem, and yeah. But yeah, it is not against Pat Brown. I don't know her, and yeah, okay. So I wish you success.